Hey everybody, it's Kevin here from Happy Beard Games, and today we are doing a special bonus episode of Wii Wednesdays. Wii Wednesdays is my recurring series of where I play a Wii game on a Wednesday. And this episode is a bonus because there's another Wii Wednesday video that's more regular coming up today as well. And this is a special video, a little sad because it's the end of an era of sorts because Nintendo is closing the Wii Shop Channel today. Yeah, the Wii Shop Channel. It's closed down. No more games. No more games have been for sale for a while, but if you had points, you could already re-download them. And if you haven't re-downloaded your games, you better jump on soon because I'm pretty sure it's already closed down. I'm recording this video one day in advance because it does close down on January 30th. So what we're going to do in this video today is check out the Wii Shop Channel as it is on its very last day, which is January 29th, 2019. Let's jump in. I'm a little bit sad about this. It's not that sad, but it's kind of sad, and it shows the problems with digital distribution, digital software stores, and stuff like that, and buying digital video games. So let's go to the Wii Shop Channel. There's that familiar music. Let's hit start for probably the last time ever. And now, recently I re-downloaded all my games. It took about 3 to 4 hours to download about 50 different games, including Virtual Console and WiiWare and some demos. So if I can get online right now, it should have at least another day left on its life. So we're connecting through the Wi-Fi. And here we go. Wii Shop Channel. Looks very similar to how it looked towards the end of its lifespan. You've got the Wii Shop Channel recommended titles on the top, which will show you some games that are advertised. And I believe those were set up by Nintendo, so you've got different categories that you can scroll through: retro, digital only, Pokemon, demos, and then you've got the important info down below. And the important info says, reminder, Wii Shop Channel closes on January 30th, 2019, which is tomorrow, which is technically when you're going to be watching this. So dear Nintendo fans, as previously announced, the Wii Shop Channel will close for good on January 30th, 2019. The ability to add Wii points was removed last year, but if you still have any Wii points that you wish to spend, you must do so before January 30th, 2019. If you have any questions, you can go to their support website. Please note that the Wii Shop Channel closure date approaches. The remaining video on-demand services on Wii will be ending as well. So no more Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Crunchyroll, I think, are going to be ending as well on Wii, which also kind of sucks. If you bought a Wii just for streaming Netflix, it's not going to work anymore, which also, that's really bad. Thank you for supporting Wii Shop Channel and for being such great fans of Nintendo. Thanks, Nintendo, but there is some problems that I have with this that I want to address right now before we jump into it. And that is the problem with digital-only games. Like, these are games that you can only get on the Wii through download. These aren't retail games. Some of these games you can get multi-platform, such as Mega Man 9 and 10. I know Zombie Panic and Wonderland, which I did last week's Wednesday, recently got re-released on the Nintendo Switch, but then you gotta buy them again. Also, this is separate than the eShop that Nintendo has now. The eShop that Nintendo has currently, it works with the 3DS, it works with the Wii U, it works with the Switch. I believe they're all on the same server, so they don't run on each platform. The Wii Shop Channel is separate, and they're shutting it down because it's outdated and doesn't get much use, of course, but it's just weird. It's almost like they messed up when they made the Wii Shop Channel and they couldn't convert it into the next systems, the next game consoles online service as the Wii U turned into the Wii, or turned into the Switch, and they use pretty much the same eShop interface. They're all still called the eShop. They use the same currency. But with this, it uses a different currency, it uses Wii points, and I don't know, it's weird that it's closing down because it does show the limitations. Now, I don't really believe that Steam or anything really big like the eShop currently, or the PlayStation Store or stuff like that are going to be shutting down anytime soon. But as systems get older and new systems come out, we saw this with the PSP as well, you can't access the store on those consoles to buy the games directly to your system. I'm pretty sure the PSP doesn't do that anymore either. It could have just been for movies on the PSP, but with the Wii closing down, this is a home console that had internet download games from the very start, and so that's 2006, and it's closing down in 2019. It's just kind of weird. I'm not really sure what to think about it, but it's kind of weird that all these games are now no longer going to be accessible. Not just the WiiWare download games, but as we were just read, the streaming video no longer available at all, even if you have the channel downloaded, as well as a lot of virtual console games that were never ported to the 3DS or the Wii U, and of course not the Switch. So there's going to be a lot of virtual console games that are going to be just gone. And that's pretty sad, actually. It's like losing games. I'm really into gaming and game history and collecting and stuff like that, and preserving gaming history and preserving gaming past. But it's just weird. There's a lot of Neo Geo games on here, and we're just going to jump in with looking at some of the categories again. You can see the very last game that was added to the Wii Shop Channel Virtual Console was Sengoku 3, which is a Neo Geo title. A lot of the last games were actually Neo Geo titles, like King of Fighters 99. These are all Neo Geo, as indicated on there. It says Neo Geo at the bottom of them. And they were all $9 each. It was pretty cool because they had a specific price point for the Virtual Console games. I believe all the Neo Geo games, for the most part, were $9. And then you had, like, here's Burger Time. I didn't know Burger Time was on here. The NES Burger Time. All the NES games were $5 unless they were Japanese imports. What I mean is, like, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels was on here and it cost a little bit more. And then let's go back here and just check category, because they have it sorted by really nice categories. They're really easy to use. So you've got system. These are all the systems that were on the Virtual Console. Some of the games have been taken off over the years, but for the most part, all of them are on here. And you've got the NES, the Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, TurboGrafx 16, had 58 TurboGrafx games on here. That's really cool because TurboGrafx games are kind of pricey now, and to get them on a Wii, that's pretty inexpensive. And let's see how much they used to cost. They were only $6 each for the most part. I think one of them that I bought cost a little more. Like, see, Bomberman 94 was a Japanese exclusive TurboGrafx game, and that was $700. 700 points, and that's $7. And then I think I bought Castlevania on the TurboGrafx, and it was a little bit more than that. Because it was a Japanese exclusive or something similar to that they put on here. Then there was also Sega Genesis games and Neo Geo console games. You got the Virtual Console Arcade, which I actually thought was really cool. A lot of people, I didn't hear talk about it too much. And you got the Sega Master System as well, don't forget about that. But the Virtual Console Arcade was actually really cool. They took arcade games, and in a future Wii Wednesday I'll show you, but they took arcade games and they ported them to the Wii. And these were specifically like made for the Wii interface, and they had special arcade settings that you could tweak and stuff. I think I got only one or two games from it. I did get Ghosts and Goblins, that's why it's highlighted. And the Ghosts and Goblins looked like the arcade game. It had some nice settings and stuff like that, and I preferred it to the NES version. They had a lot of cool games on there as well for the Virtual Console Arcade that you might think of when you go to an arcade. Mostly older games, but they did have some cool ones. And it's interesting to see that Nintendo themselves, out of all these consoles, they only had 3 consoles on here that were Nintendo consoles. They had the NES, the Super Nintendo, and the N64, and they allowed other companies to put their consoles on here as well, such as Sega, TurboGrafx, and Neo Geo, and others in the arcade. And they also, it wasn't just that, but they had a lot of TurboGrafx games. They had more Sega games on Genesis than they did on Super Nintendo, which is also surprising. There was never that many N64 games. There was never that many Master System games, but and then there was actually a surprising amount of Neo Geo games compared to the TurboGrafx. Really cool library here in the Virtual Console. And then you can also sort by publisher, which is cool because that way you can find your favorite Capcom games or so on like that. You can even find some LucasArts games. Yes, LucasArts still have them on here. We've got games like Indiana Jones and the Star Wars, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Really cool stuff on here. And you can also sort it by genre. This is really basic stuff, but I just want to go over it one last time, you know? Action, adventure, fighting, racing, RPG, all these great things. And there was even one game, and I remember this, they made a Virtual Console game that used the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection for online multiplayer, and that was Street Fighter 2 Super Street Fighter 2 on the Genesis. Really cool, and you could see it just by sorting through the genres. So let's go back out of Virtual Console. Now there was also WiiWare. WiiWare was the, of course, downloadable only games for the Wii that were not retail games. They never had retail games unless they were on both for some weird reason. You could never download a retail game. You couldn't download Metroid Prime Trilogy on the Wii, is what I mean. But you could later on the Wii U. So there's the WiiWare was original games made for Wii that are smaller sized and downloadable only. And you can sort it by some other categories. So let's go to popular titles just to see what was popular. Frogger Returns. I didn't play that one, but I have another Frogger game. There's a lot of games on here that are really fun, but they're a little more simplistic than your normal Wii game or normal video game. They're usually smaller and stuff like that. But there were some that were pretty big and prominent, like Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth, which is a remake of the first Castlevania on the Game Boy, called Castlevania Adventure or something like that. And so it's a remake of that, but they did it so much better than the Game Boy version. So it feels more like a Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo Castlevania, and it has a lot of great content in it. I haven't even completed it. It's a challenge, but I did download it. There's also Contra Rebirth, which I missed out on, sadly. Contra, similarly to the Castlevania, there was a Contra Rebirth. There's Dr. Mario, and these were all original games. These are just the popular titles. There was a lot more. Frogger Hyper Arcade, I got that. I'll show you guys that in a future Wii Wednesday. It's a really good Frogger version of that game. Some of these games I actually have on my other Wiis. I have multiple Wiis, so I actually have WarioWare DIY on another console. Pokemon Ranch was a cool thing. You could store your Pokemon from your DS games onto your Wii, and you could see them in 3D, and you could get some special Pokemon items. I'm not sure. I'm not really too familiar with those Pokemon games, but it was something that one of my brother or sister might have downloaded. There's a lot of really neat games on here that are just going away. I believe these were the last games that were ever released on here. The last one I ever got was Retro City Rampage, which is really cool, and I was waiting for this game forever to come out on the Wii. It's been ported to the Switch and other consoles as well, like the 3DS, and it's out on Steam. And then the very last game that was released for the WiiWare that is still on here is Deer Drive Legend, which is a hunting game, similar to Canada Hunt, I guess. There's a bunch of other games. Some of these came out pretty late in the Wii's lifespan too. So now we're back at the Wii Shop Channel main page. We gotta check out one more category, and that is Wii Channels. Now here's another problem that's coming up real soon. If you have the Wii Shop Channel going away, how are you going to get these two channels? There's only two left, and channels are just things that you download on the Wii. One of them is Wii System Transfer. How are you going to do a system transfer from your Wii to your Wii U? That's kind of important. It's not built into the Wii. It's built into the Wii U, I believe, but you have to have this transfer channel on your Wii to transfer the games to the Wii U console. I'm assuming if anyone really needed to do that by now, they would have already done it, but it's kind of weird that it's going to be missing now. Another really important thing that is on here that you have to download is an update for Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, wearing my Skyward Sword shirt, and but what it is, it's not a game, it's an update patch, because there was a game-breaking bug in Skyward Sword, and to fix it you had to have this patch, or you had to not encounter the bug in the game at least. So yeah, this is during a portion of the game where you collect the parts of the Song of the Hero. After collecting the Thunder Dragon song in the desert, some players had experienced an issue where the forest and volcano areas related to the Song of the Hero didn't trigger, so it can mess up the game and make it not playable. And with this being gone from the Wii Shop Channel, some people might have a problem with playing Skyward Sword in the future. I don't know. I'm assuming everyone that knows about it, needs it, already has it, but I don't know. It's kind of weird that it's going to be gone. It's another little problem with closure of the Wii Shop Channel. And that's about it for the Wii Shop Channel. We already covered all the basics. This stuff down here is more personal stuff and settings, but there is one thing that I want to do, and that is go back here. I'm going to go to genre, to WiiWare. There's no demos of the Virtual Console, so we're going to check out some demos, and we're going to watch for the last time one of these games being downloaded. Now, the blue ones I already have, and I made sure I have them all on my SD card. Even though they do say downloadable, they're on my SD card menu. So let's find a game that's kind of fun. I think I want to do Art of Balance. I might download some more off screen, but I do kind of want to check out these demos before. I played this one in the past. So let's check out Free Demo. I'm just going to download it to the Wii System memory to save some time. And there's a little indication about you can only use it with the Wii remote. Okay, and then It's a free game because it's a demo. Shows how much data it takes to download, very basic. Let's watch this downloadable animation. Oh, we got Mario, Fire Mario, and look, you can press the A button to shoot some fireballs. Really cool. It's a very fun way of having a downloadable game and having it interactive and have a fun animation playing while you do the download. And they did something similar to this on the Nintendo DSi and to a lesser extent on the 3DS when you download games. There's nothing like this on the Wii U or the Switch from what I remember. So we've got Mario, and this is the only one that you can actually interact with by pressing the fire button. And there was a couple other animations as well. There was a small Mario, there was one where Luigi and Mario swim by. I saw a lot of these go by when I was playing this for 3 hours, downloading all the games on my Wii a couple weeks ago. And that's it. It just downloads pretty fast. That was actually a bigger game size, so that one took a little bit longer. The Virtual Console games usually take like a few seconds, especially with my modern internet and Wi-Fi. Back in the day, it took longer. Download successful. Okay, so we got that. It gives us a little warning, and then you're good to go. You're good to go back to the Wii menu and play your game or game demo. Alright everybody, that was it for my final look at the Wii Shop Channel on Nintendo Wii on January 30th, 2019, the day that it shuts down. Yes, it's kind of sad, but what can you do? You really can't do anything as a player. You can make a petition or something, but just make sure that you have all your games downloaded already, I guess. Wii Shop Channel's closing down, kind of sad, but there'll be more Wii Wednesdays in the future covering some of those WiiWare games, so stay tuned to HowieWare Games for that, as well as other retail Wii games. I kind of want to do some videos for Wii Wednesday about a Wii collection or Wii accessories as well, because there's a lot of controllers for the Wii. Alright guys, that was about it, so thank you for watching. Stay tuned to HowieWare Games for more classic gaming goodness and more Wii Wednesdays, and I hope you enjoyed this final look at the Wii Shop Channel from Nintendo Wii. Alright guys, bye!